Hey together, Aaron the Black Dragon's back, and welcome all of you to what will be the finale of Xenoblade Chronicles Futures Connected. I have my party here. We're gonna play as Melia for the big finale. We have Shulk and Nene in the party. Sorry Kinu, you get the boot for the finale there, but it's the same problem as with Melia. I just don't really feel like using that character a lot. We have all of the Pawn Spectres. We dealt with their quest last time in a separate save file, and we're now in a save file where we're only at level 74, which is the perfect level to jump into the finale of this game. This is a point of no return. Everything that you have not dealt with, you should deal with now. But if you're ready, let's step through the light and go on.
King of Fog, right here! Fog King looking awfully foggy today.
I would guess it correlates with the widening of the rift.
It changes nothing. The time is now.
Miss Melly, it's working!
Yes, now then.
Melia, let's go!
My friends, lend me your strength. The future belongs to us.
King of Fog will know name of Hero Bomb Hero! Monster in for proper bashing.
Well then, it's time to tango. Level question mark, question mark, question mark. So, this is it. We finally have the chance to actually deal with you. You apparently spawned yourself a few little sentries there, but whatever. Can we top you? The answer is probably no. Hey, no, we actually can. That makes you surprisingly a lot easier than the freaking dragon we had to deal with last time. But let's just see where things will go. Shulk, come here. You need a little bit of an encouragement, I guess. Ow. That hurt quite a bit. Everyone, please stay cool. That was a little bit too early. Okay, come on. Oh, that's not good. I'm taking a lot of heat and damage there. Come on, I just need a little bit more of the Pawn Spectres and Nene is down. Come on. Ow, 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 ow. You're not gonna punch me down. That's not what's gonna happen there. Oh, that is good. Pawn Spectre time. Time for healing, I guess. So, there we go. The question still stands. Will I ever manage to get it perfect on screen? The answer is probably no, because we're so close to the... Oh gosh, we're freaking out. Come on. You're not gonna go anywhere anymore, and we're gonna have this one in the bag. Nice little Mind Blast. Come on, doesn't need a lot anymore.
Success! King of Fog, white dust! And kindly never to come back.
Shulk, what's wrong?
The sky.
The rift is expanding.
Mama, something not right. Foggy Floppies all coming together. Foggy, not take no for answer.
What is the meaning of this?
It must be drawing its strength from the rift. And now it's even bigger.
In other words, if we could close the rift, we might have a chance.
It's possible. But first, let's do all that we can here.
You're right.
This is all over Kino's head. What does Hero Pun fight against impossible odds is natural like breathing. Right then, time to dish out extra mega serving of fishy fancy with cherry on top.
First off, I love this soundtrack, and secondly, it burns now. Okay, these little thingies. I definitely want to have to focus on the big Fog King, please. Everything else that I can deal to the small ones across that probably is good enough. Or not. There's a lot of damage being dealt right now, which makes me a little bit nervous. Come on. Can no longer topple you. Oh gosh, Nene. Oh gosh. And that's it. Wow. So, taking out the small ones first. Ah, come on now. And I'm back. So, the one thing that I definitely can say that I absolutely hate about this is the dumb idea of making this. Are you really gonna get your attack in?
Approach my limit.
Hang in there. Don't give up.
Excuse me? That was dumb. But what I really hate about this is, you die, you go back to the title screen and have to redo everything from the beginning. I would be totally fine with just being sent back and having to do everything from the beginning. But being sent back to the title screen and having to go through the menus and everything is such a dumb and bad decision.
Pon Spectres, heed my call.
Well, that overall was just bad. But the good thing is, I take out the small fry first. That's what definitely got me killed the last time. So, have I dealt with everything from the small ones? No, there's one more. Take that thing out. And then once we're done with that, we can attack the big one. That probably will go and have like a big AoE right now, and then we're all dead. At least from the looks of it. So everyone focus on the big bad. I know that I cannot topple you myself anymore, which is already frustrating. But it doesn't need to. Let's heal the party. There we go, and you're toppled as well. I don't quite know why, but you are. So let's go and get some good damage in there. And there we go. Some lightning damage. Oh, that's gonna hurt. You're focused on me, I take it. As long as I can just put away the focus from the rest of the party and you only attack one of us, I do not care. Let's go for electricity. I actually can topple you. Why couldn't I topple you earlier? Really weird. Maybe because it was of an aura that I could not topple you. And I got to take that away from you. Hey, let's go! You're gonna attack me first again with something big? Yes, of course you are.
Hang in there. Don't give up.
That probably would have instant killed Melia by the looks of it. Because it stopped at 1 HP.
Perspectives, do it now!
There we go. See that douchebag? I can cheat the system as well. And then let me knock you down if that's still... Nope. It's no longer an option there. No longer on the table. Kind of was hoping that it would be, but it's not. Come on, everyone. Clock in some damage. We want to get rid of that thing. And I don't want to have to go all the way back to the title screen again. It's not because this fight is particularly difficult, but just because it's particularly frustrating to have to go back all the way to the beginning. Bonk. No, you blocked that one. Well, whatever you say. We have just a few more attacks left in our repertoire, and then you're gonna get knocked the heck down.
No use! It keep happening! What are we supposed to do now?
Don't give up, no matter how many times it returns. We can bring it down just the same. Our future must be kept safe. What? Telethia? Why? What? What on Bionis?
Melia, for whatever reason, those explosions seem to be distorting and destabilizing the rift.
Incredible. They saved us. Fine. Time to finish this. Please, buy me some time. Grant me your strength, friends.
King of Pop is dethroned! Big win for good guys!
The future is safe. Finally.
It is.
Well, and there we go. The ending of Futures Connected. It's a fun little extra story. And it's interesting. I enjoy it a lot. There's just one thing that I really find a little bit dumb about it. Kino and Nene could be two really interesting characters in this whole story arc. But they're feeling just tagged onto everything. Whenever you have like big story convos, they just chime in for something like comedic relief, but that's it. They rarely, like probably even never, have anything in a big major conversation to say and to do that is important. The most important thing that happens is at the end that Nene is actively guarding Melia from the final blast. That's the big one contributor that they have to this. Other than that, they kind of feel just patched onto it, which is a shame because, again, I think they would be interesting characters, but yeah, sadly they don't feel like big interesting characters. They feel like, yeah, there's a comedic relief. Have some no-pun hilarity. Which you already have with the Pun Spectre, so I don't know why they went this weird extra road there with doing that this way. A story between Melia and Vinaya is an interesting one, getting to learn a little bit more about those two together. And seeing how Shulk and Melia have matured since the stories of the first game, events of the first game also.
They're waiting for you, Melia.
Does this world need a coronation? I just don't see the point.
Don't say that. It is the will of the people. It will mark the birth of a new era.
You'd also have been a fine choice.
Yes, well. I'm occupied with my research, as you know, Empress Melia.
Don't mock me.
Here we go.
Yes.
So I kind of feel bad of chiming in here because I easily could have just cut the video right here. But there's still something that I want to say. So you're not gonna shut me up there. First of all, I always kind of had to laugh when I heard the music. New game elements have been unlocked, cool! I always had to laugh when I heard the music in the background because I think it is Gone Like the Wind, which is the ending song from the main game that we heard. And it made me laugh so hard because I don't know why, it reminded me of Endless Ocean. And I don't know why, it just made me laugh. But that's irrelevant to everything that just went on here. I like the fact that our princess that we know so long now becomes an empress. Finally, some upgrade to our royalty here. Not like Princess Peach, who probably will still princess until the day she dies. Weird, but whatever. But yeah, that is something nice. I also really enjoyed that this in fact doesn't have anything to do with what people thought this extra content would have to do with. Because the original idea that a lot of people had in their mind was that this somehow would connect Xenoblade Chronicles 1 with Chronicles 2. Because futures connected and whatever. Which I back then, before this even was all out, thought like, it's an interesting idea and I would find it cool if they do something like this. But then the title Futures Connected wouldn't make that much sense to me. With this all showing here, you can see why and how it wouldn't make sense to me. Also from a story point. We don't know how that rift opened up. It's probably, as they stated, just a little bit of a glitch because the world is freshly made and whatnot. We can also kind of draw a conclusion that when this first happened, a glitch like this might have happened before, but because they had quote-unquote gods to deal with everything, a little glitch like this was probably fixed rather easily at that point, because Sansa had immense powers as we know, so him just going and saying that's not a thing would have been an easy task for him. We don't have the power of the Monado anymore, so obviously it was a little bit more grating for us. But it's a fun DLC, extra content. It's not DLC, it's a fun extra content. It is weighty, it has a lot of stuff for you to do and explore, and there's a lot of interesting quests and things that I did not show you. That if you're really interested in that, I just can highly recommend you checking someone out who does a 100% playthrough of that, or getting it for yourself. It's still a great game. You get the extra content if you just get the Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, and there's a lot of cool stuff to it. But yeah, the big problem that I had there at the end is just, oh boy, why the decision with bringing you all the way back out here if you die? Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. It just makes you push more buttons before you can continue on with your story. Don't know, you could have just thrown me out of the fight and back out to the transporter. Would have done as easily, because you can set that as a respawn point. You are the devs, you have the power to do that. It's not impossible. Because you can set all of the landmarks as a respawn point. Making this teleporter as a respawn point probably isn't that much more difficult at this point. But whatever, I don't know why they did it like this. I just think it's dumb and just bolsters the playtime because you get kicked out and have to redo it. Weird, but whatever. And the statement of they just want to have you do it in one go also kind of is a hit and miss, because I didn't do it in one go. I had to redo it. The only difference is I got kicked out of my playthrough completely and had to redo it. I don't see the difference, so whatever. I wish you could explore the rest of Alchemoth a little bit. I wish there was more in Alchemoth, to be totally honest, because for like things being disordered and disarray and whatever is going on in Alchemoth, there's nothing there. There's like a total of like 5 enemies that you can fight in there. Maybe just like 1 or 2 more, but that's it. Doesn't feel too threatening not to go in there. Except for the Fog King, but everything else in there is kind of a wash. And there's 2 unique monsters that I want to point out. One is the dragon that we fought in the last episode, and one is one that I fought off screen that was in the ruins where we found the giant ether crystal deposit. These 2 unique monsters have an attack everyone skill, and they are party wipes. Like, I had so much trouble with those party wipe moves, which also the Fog King got in his second form, like a full-on party wipe. If I wouldn't have used the Pawn Spectre abilities at the right time, I would have had a party wipe. Yeah, not the biggest fan of stuff like this, but whatever, I guess. But whatever. we managed to get through everything that I wanted to show you. I did everything that I wanted to. And as a final note, why give the one person that is like this big enemy for you here not a satisfying conclusion with dialogue and whatnot, but just with a cutscene where the dialogue is not even voiced? When this character was that big, why make the finale of the character, Galgar, I think it was his name, why make that even a side quest? Not a main thing for the whole story, but a side quest. That is bizarre and weird to me, but that's the choices they made there. Anyway, I rambled on for long enough. This video is already, I think, a good bit longer. So, who cares? It was a fun one. And at this point, I wanna say one more thing. With next week, we're gonna jump into something completely different. And Xenoblade will be off of this channel for a little while. I said that I'm gonna do the bonus videos with all the heart-to-hearts and the final skill branch quests for the main game. I'm still working on that. It is slow progress because I need to train up my party a lot. I also have to do things next to that because I'm not full-time YouTuber. I cannot just sit down and pour all of my time in there. Also with me wanting to stream now whenever I have a little bit of time next to it. All of that just takes time away from that. I will do this. I will still quietly work on that in the background, and those videos will go up on the channel eventually. I will not say any time, I will not say when or whatever, but they will go up on the channel, and I will deal with with all of the heart-to-hearts in the main game. I will deal with the final skill trees. All of that's gonna be dealt with. But as for right now, we're gonna take a break from Xenoblade Chronicles as a whole. And who knows, maybe I'm working on something Xenoblade related in the background already. Anyway, thank you for being here and for joining me for this adventure. It was a fun and no pun filled one. Like really a lot of no pun. But I had fun with it. And I have to say it one more time because now there will be a lot of time where we'll not hear it again. But we measure, find treasure, pun specters till we die. See you next time.